Hey guys, welcome back to Unstuck Biology. So guys, in today's video, we are going to understand what exactly is the ecosystem of phosphorus cycle, right? So if you remember in the last video, we started with nutrient cycling, right? And we also understood what exactly is the ecosystem of carbon cycle. In similar way, today we are going to understand what is the ecosystem of phosphorus cycle, and then we'll see what exactly is ecosystem services, right? So let's start off with the phosphorus cycle once. Now guys, if we talk about phosphorus, if we talk about the element phosphorus, we consider this phosphorus as a major element, right? So phosphorus is considered as the major constituent of biological membranes, nucleic acids, and also cellular energy transfer system, right? So we now you can see that phosphorus is a major constituent of many important systems. Now also many animals need large quantity of phosphorus to make shells, to make bones and teeth, right? So now basically we know that presence of phosphorus in an ecosystem is very important. If we talk about the natural reservoir of phosphorus, it is what? It is basically the rocks that we have. So rocks contain phosphorus in the form of phosphates, right? Now, when rocks are weathered, when rock weathering happens, minute amounts of these phosphates dissolve in soil solution, and these are absorbed by the roots of the plants, right? Now, what happens is that many kind of or different kind of herbivores and other elements, they obtain this phosphorus from plants, right? Now, apart from that, the waste products or the dead organisms are decomposed by what? By phosphate solubilizing bacteria. And these bacteria release phosphorus. So basically, like we saw in the last video during carbon cycle, right? Where there is a major release of carbon through respiration. In phosphorus, there is no respiratory release of phosphorus into the atmosphere, right? So that is a major difference between the phosphorus cycle and the carbon cycle, right? So basically, there are two major and important differences between carbon and phosphorus cycle. One, the atmospheric input of phosphorus through rainfall is smaller than the carbon unit inputs, and second, the gaseous exchange of phosphorus between organisms and environment is also negligible. Then let's see how this phosphorus cycle is happening through this particular flow chart. So here one is we have producers. Producers are what basically? Producers are basically plants, right? And now we know that these rocks, so here you can see the rock minerals, right? These rock minerals get weathered, rock weathering happens, and it forms the soil. Now, during this weathering, phosphorus is released and it goes and mixes in with the soil. Now, these plants, which are producers, they uptake phosphorus from the soil, and some of it even runs off, right? Now these producers are basically consumed by different kind of animals. So the consumers are what? These are animals, right? So basically they consume phosphorus from here. Now apart from this, the detritus, so they consume the dead animals and even the litter fall, so dead and decaying plants as well, right? Now when they decompose, remember this is very important that here they have phosphate solubilizing bacteria, and these bacteria release phosphorus, right? So while decomposition, again this phosphorus is released from the detritus and it again enters into the soil, which is again taken up by the plants, which are the producers, and this cycle goes on. And this is all about the phosphorus cycle. Now let's see, guys. I hope you have understood this cycle. Let's see what is exactly the ecosystem services. Let's see that as well. I'll just clear the screen and then we'll see a bit about ecosystem services as well. Right? This we have already covered that there are two major differences. One is atmospheric unit inputs through rainfall is different and then gaseous exchange is different. Now, what are ecosystem services? Now we must understand that the healthy ecosystem are a base of wide range of economic, environmental or aesthetic goods and services, right? So basically these products of ecosystem processes are known as ecosystem services. For example, say healthy forest ecosystem will purify air and water. It will mitigate drought. It will mitigate flood. It will cycle nutrients. It will generate fertile soil. It will provide wildlife habitat. It will maintain biodiversity, right? It will help in pollinating crops, providing storage site for carbon, and it also provides aesthetic, cultural, and spiritual values, right? Now, though values of such services of biodiversity is very difficult to determine, but it seems very reasonable to think that biodiversity should carry a hefty price tag as well, right? So there is a scientist, guys, whose name is Robert Constanza. He, along with his colleagues, has recently tried to put price tag on nature's life support services, and they put an average price tag of $33 trillion a year on these fundamental ecosystem services, which usually we take as granted, and they because they are freely available to us right now, right? So this is basically nearly twice the value of global gross national product. Global, and I'm saying, right? So global GNP, which is $18 trillion US, while what they estimated price tag was 33 trillion for these ecosystem services. And what are ecosystem services? The product of ecosystem processes like a healthy forest ecosystem, right? So out of the total cost of various ecosystem services, the soil formation accounts almost 50%, and contribution of other services like nutrient cycling, recreation is less than 10%. Similar way, cost of climatic regulation and habitat for what? For wildlife. Again, these are around 6%. So basically, They estimated this entire different types of ecosystems, entire different components of ecosystem, different ecosystem services, and they gave it a percentage contribution in that estimated price tag. So you can understand, guys, maintaining the ecosystem is so important for survival of us as well, right? No human being can survive if this ecosystem is highly disrupted and we are taking it for granted, since a lot a lot of these services are available to us for free, and we should never take it for granted, right? So guys, I hope with this you have understood the phosphorus cycle and what exactly is the ecosystem service, what is the concept behind the ecosystem service. So please do like the video and share it with all your friends. And yes, if you have any doubt, please do let me know through the comments on the video or over WhatsApp. The number is given in the description. And yes, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get all the updates, to get all the notifications. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye bye.